G'day, hi, and welcome to the Beater Express. Nice little series I got going on here. About a week ago there was no ferns here. I didn't have to go through a jungle to get to my old car. But technically this is the first Regmobile. This is my very first car. This is a 1995 Chevy Cavalier. It had no rust on it whatsoever when I got it. I know exactly what's wrong with it, but it would never pass safety now. My aunt had it. I bought it for $200. No rust on it. I think it was in one or two accidents. 3 head gaskets later on it. It was a brand new head gasket when I got it, and she decided that it was okay. I had paid enough on this thing, and she was like, "Reg, she even told me, Reg, I'm screwing you over. This car, you're going to give me $200, and it's, you know, you might get a week out of it, you might get a month out of it, but yeah, it's pretty moldy in there. It's too bad. I don't know why this car molded and all the other ones didn't, but well, that one really molded bad. But we'll let it air out a bit." But yeah, this car, it's what happened with it was the coolant transmission line hose blew off of it, and I bought it for $200 with the concept of possibly getting it for my mom and dad. So it was before my mom got the road rage van, before my mom passed away. She had that thing, and it died. It didn't last long. I think that was the shortest vehicle. My mom had some pretty cool vehicles. She had before that she had a nice freaking Celica, but it ended up having so much. Obviously, those cars like Celicas, Tiburons, you know, MR2, whatever, you get anything like that, I can guarantee you some teenager had it before that, you know, oh man, this car's so good, you know, floor it to the pedal. So they get all kinds of mechanical problems, right? So she ended up with this, and it ran maybe, I don't even think we got a winner out of it. So then she was vehicleless. So then the next vehicle was, the vehicle before that, it was a nice car too. It's too bad it didn't work out. That Celica, it was beautiful metallic blue. Like the car itself was beautiful, but it had a lot of mechanical problems. Before she had that, she had a brand new, I think it was 1993 Dodge K car. Or sorry, Dodge Shadow, the other K car. And then after that, or before that, it was a Ford Taurus that was pretty cool, very similar in body style to this. A very big car for its time, but it was like recall. Every week there was a different recall on that. It was an late 80s Ford Taurus, and they were just early 90s, whatever. But anyway, so after that I bought this thing because I couldn't pass up the deal. And it was actually a very clean car when I got it. It was pretty good. I mean, I'm at the point of desperation where I might actually stick money into this thing to get it going again. But it would need a safety. I'd have to pull it out of here. It's been probably sitting on the ground a little too long. But maybe if it's not completely rusted out, maybe, who knows? I know what it needs. Probably about not even $100 part. So I bought it for a song and a prayer, with the idea that, okay, if I get my driver's license, this was a couple of years ago, if I get my driver's license, I will then basically use this as the training car. Now, that said, before I did that, what I did is I just had, it's either I put it in my mom's name or my dad's name. I don't know which name it went into. But then there was the idea that, okay, well, what does it need? Well, this car doesn't run in the rain because I think the coil was cracked. So it was a fair weather car, so we couldn't really rely on it. It runs good. It drives nice. I'm going to see if I can get in here. I don't want to sit in here because... but I would like to see if I can get underneath it just to see how bad the body is. Because, you know, if this is what I got to resurrect to get going again, maybe. Who knows? I know I can get this thing running within a day or two. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought. I just, could I ever get it to basically run again? But the thing is how much money would I put into this beater trying to keep it running? What kind of mileage we got on this thing? We got 192.245 kilometers on it, so nearly 200,000 on it. Windshield's good. This window was $160 because my brother accidentally broke it. He didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. But the interior is still not too bad. What the hell happened to my steering wheel? I don't know. But yeah, a good car to drive. The brakes on this wasn't too bad. My aunt did upkeep it pretty good. So, I don't know, maybe I'll pull this old beast out and see if I can get it going again, and we'll have a look under the hood if I can get under there. We'll see. Oh, that's right, I can't. Yeah, so it might need more work than... Come on now. I think it's all seized up, or the hood release let go, so I don't know if I could get this thing going. But if I have to, you know, problem is I have to pull that out of the way with the tractor. Get this out of the way. I don't think my tires are, well, that one's flat, but maybe if I don't know, maybe I'll get this old car going again. How do they drive? How do they handle? Well, these are a comfortable car. Like, I mean, they're not a luxury liner. The suspension is, you know, you're going to float down the road. It's not a luxury liner by any stretch of the imagination, but it does ride pretty nice. It is a bit of a big car for what it is. I did all the little rust spots. The bad things on these cars is the rust spots you get on the doors and stuff. And it is a two-door, which is cool. I like two doors. Although you pay more in insurance for a two-door, I do like two doors. I don't know if I have to resurrect this old beast again. It's a money pit just sitting there. But if the rust isn't too bad, I mean, that's the problem. It's been sitting on the ground for 5-6 years, but maybe the exhaust and everything's gone on it. I don't know. If I could pull it out, have a look at, because I need a car. So it's like, it's just, I don't know if it's worth putting money into, because I know what it needs. But it does drive nice. Handles okay. I mean, there's a lot of body roll on this. I mean, if you were going to think of it as a tuner car or making a sleeper out of it, it would be a cool car to make a sleeper out of it, because people just would not expect it. You know, it's front wheel drive, so again, winter driving. There you go. The other nice thing about the Cavalier, and this is probably the best thing about them, is right now off the top of my head, I could think of 8 of them sitting there like this that I can cannibalize parts off of. 8 of them. So spare engines, spare this, spare that. Really comes down to the bodywork. For me, I'm looking for a vehicle. The bodywork is priority. Why? Because all the consumables, tires, brakes, yeah, that stuff's expensive. Windshields. The windshield on this is, dare I say, pretty good. So maybe I might have to resurrect this old beast if you know. It's just I don't know if it'd ever pass a freaking a safety. If it would pass a safety, actually, not too bad. But this car, like when I got it, like it had like no rust under it whatsoever. But sitting there, you don't know, eh? You just don't know, and it probably would need wheel bearings and all that stuff now. So I'd have to pull it out and really, really inspect it and see what happens. But anyway, yeah, good little cars if you can get them in good condition. Or if I can get another one that needs parts, well, I got a parts car here, but depends what it needs, right? It looks a lot better when it's not so in wash me mode, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll give this one a second look, pull it out and get it out there. And the road rage van, I could probably get it up and running enough to just get it out of there, because I only parked there. And the thing about the road rage van is I needed, I put brand new, I mean, those tires are less than a year old on them, the winter tires. So, yeah. But, yeah, good handling car, comfy. Mileage, miles per gallon, probably in the 20s. I'd say about maybe, again, giving the year 95, your mileage will vary, but the mileage on this was probably about 20 miles to the gallon, 25 miles to the gallon, something like that. Coil was cracked, so oh hey, we're gonna, oh good, we're gonna get a hoodie show. If I can find that. If I can find that. Yeah, so hard to do one-handed. Oh boy, that looks bad. That looks really bad. But I bet you it'll run. That header's seen better days. The air conditioning is out of this. Wheel struts. I don't know. If I could get it up and running, no problem, but that hose blew off down there. It was just a big puke of pink oil coming out of it, so who knows, right? But that's what you're looking at. What size engine is in this one? It's a 4-cylinder. I don't remember the size, and it's not marked on top, but for 1995, this is one of the smaller ones, I believe. I don't know. Maybe it's worth a second look. Maybe not. It's a pretty rough-looking car, but you can see the inside of the rust might not be too bad on this thing. So the rust is the big thing. So hey, maybe instead of buying another vehicle, I just buy another motor. Okay, a little bit of work to do there. That stuff is nothing. It's not as good as the Camaro I was looking at last week, or I guess technically last week. I don't know. Maybe I'll pull it out, have a second look. Maybe this old beast could be fired back up to life again. But I never put it in my name. I don't know if I put it in my mom's name or my dad's name, so I don't know what it would take to get it back into my name or whatever. So if I could get it running, maybe it's worth putting money into. If I, get a year out of it, whatever, I'd be happy. That was the concept I was going with anyway, was get out of it whatever you can get out of it. And yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that definitely needs a cleanup. But I bet you get it running within a day or so. Okay, maybe I'll just leave that like that. It's already broken enough. All right, so that's my Chevy Cavalier. There we go.